Hello! Welcome to my channel. My name is Clara and I'm super excited to start this channel. Here, I'll share fascinating stories that are not much talked about by major media outlets, but the stories will be about life in Korea and various perspectives on issues. I hope my humble voice can reach you. Let me start. If you have ever visited Seoul, Korea, you might have wondered why there are only a few street trash cans, or you may have felt a little inconvenient about it. To answer this question, let's start with a brief history of street trash cans in this city. Not too long ago, Seoul tried a unique approach to tackle overflowing and damaged trash cans. They introduced street trash cans equipped with QR codes on the surface of the trash cans to manage them efficiently. Believing that as people are tech-savvy and carry smartphones all the time, anyone could request the emptying of full trash cans by scanning a QR code that said "empty the bin." It seemed like a smart way to prevent trash piling up on overflowing trash cans. But the system broke down quite often and making it less effective. In the meantime, finding street trash cans in Seoul became more and more challenging. This decrease was an intention of government and city efforts to make the city look better and cleaner, manage staff, and implement a waste fee system based on how much trash residents produced. The visible reduction in the number of bins raised concerns, however, as trash piled up on the streets. The number of street trash cans in Seoul dropped by half, around 2,000, after they introduced the waste fee system in 1995. But the trash can policy in Seoul didn't have the remarkable effect they hoped for. Time passed, with actual increase in the number of bins due to the city's expansion over time. Many people still feel there aren't enough trash cans. And now at this point, let's think about it. Why did the city implement this policy in the first place? Well, I think of a philosophy behind it, one that is the broken window theory by social scientists James Q. Wilson, and George L. Kelly. Just one broken window can signal to people that they can break more windows without consequences. The same applies to trash. If a trash can is already overflowing, people might feel less guilty about adding a little more trash to it. In terms of this theory, to keep the city clean, it may not be necessary to have too many trash cans that inevitably overflow. Also, if some households dump their domestic garbage in street trash cans to avoid buying garbage bags, it could make the situation worse. Unfortunately, the amount of garbage generated by citizens has been steadily increasing. Part of this is due to the recent trend among people who often have iced coffee in plastic cups in their hands. And since 2019 pandemic, we have been more generous about using disposable items and plastic cups. In this context, removing public bins may lead to unintended littering on the streets. Therefore, it might be more appropriate to install and manage more trash cans in public places. Quick side note here. Interestingly, a week ago, news broke out from Seoul that it will install more street trash cans in Seoul in response to citizens' complaints. But is Seoul the only city with few street trash cans? Years ago, during a visit to Hokkaido, Japan, I was walking in a small town called Noboribetsu, known for its hot springs. I bought street food on a stick and had to carry the long stick around for a while because there were no trash cans around. I ended up asking a street vendor to dispose of it for me. Why are there so few street trash cans in Japan, too? Many trash cans were removed from public places across Japan to prevent crimes like the 1995 sarin gas attacks, where a religious cult leader killed 12 subway passengers with a nerve agent sarin, fatal poison. Besides, Japanese people take their waste responsibilities seriously. Let's look at Munich, Germany in the past. In the past, there were trash bins in the old U-Bahn wagons, but they were removed several years ago because they were constantly overflowing. It became more convenient for the Munich transport company not to hire staff to empty them. The bottom line is that whether it's a big city or a small town, different places have different reasons for encouraging residents to take responsibility for their waste. Waste management in particular, a very important issue in Korea, because it is such a small country that we don't have enough landfills to dispose of trash. It is 1/100th in the size of the US, but the population is 1/7 that of the US. And worse, half of us live only in 10% of the land. I mean, in Seoul or Greater Seoul. You would imagine how crowded Seoul is, yeah? It's where I am. So, no doubt that we have to be very conscious of waste we generate. Every week on a particular day, each neighborhood has a garbage collection day, a system that might be familiar in your country as well. Here, we have a very strict rule about recycling, and sorting recyclable items is a big family event every week. This is all for today's video, and I'll be back with a different story next time. Thank you. Bye.